Mission Safari, DIGUNA. The Swahili word for truck is lorry. We visited a mission called DIGUNA right here in Nairobi. It's based in Germany. DIGUNA works together with local churches, mission organizations, and missionaries to spread the gospel throughout Africa. DIGUNA's role is to support this mission through transportation and technical assistance. Because of the poor roads in most parts of Africa, they have to use giant off-road trucks to reach people in their villages. They are also involved in radio broadcasting, literature, and youth ministries. Special Bible courses and youth camps help them to stay in contact with new believers. In Kenya, they run a home for abandoned children and one for those suffering with AIDS. They also work hard to equip Africans for ministry through their discipleship school and technical school. David Rempel is the mission leader here at DIGUNA.
This is Jacob. He is our workshop manager, and he can tell you many things about our trucks.
Hey, hi.
Hi.
You know, when I was young as you, I never thought I would be ending up in Africa. So I learned to be a mechanic with BMW. You know BMW? Mm-hmm. I hear Americans like BMW, yeah? So then, 81, I came here. Now I'm running this area where we fix the cars. Mm-hmm. Now this one, have you seen the name of this one?
Mercedes?
It's a Mercedes, but it's a funny name. It's called Jochebed. You know what Jochebed means?
No.
I will tell you later, okay. So come I show you around. We took some food to the people, but it goes out for ministry. So people enter, they sit in there, then they go out and preach. This is a small room where we fix engines, yeah?
Oh, wow.
So this is a Mercedes engine for one of the buses, which should actually go to the ministry out and preach to the guys.
All the trucks here have Bible-based names.
We found this one, it was carrying milk, collecting milk from the farmers. So when we bought it, and we got even the milk tank to hold water here, so a guy decided to give it the name Jochebed, because Jochebed was the lady who fed Moses, brought Moses up.
She was like the nanny.
The nanny to Moses. So
she
that's
was
why
breastfeeding Moses.
Yeah, that's why it's called Jochebed. That's the name.
And this one is ready to go, Zakayo, Amos, and this is Samson.
Then there's Lazarus. This truck had been set on fire during an uprising in another country.
And then there was a group that came from Germany and fixed it, and so that was like about 8 years ago, and it has been doing good service ever since. So that's why it's called Lazarus. It's called Hiskia. It's the German version of Hezekiah. Actually, every truck in here, they are getting biblical names. Mm-hmm. So this is Hezekiah, and I have a really good relationship with him because I've been driving it for the last 30 years.
Wow.
It was 20 years old in 1972 when it was bought, and now it's already 45 years plowing the roads here in Kenya or in all of Africa. Mm-hmm. We bought it when it was 20 years old from a military junkyard for $500 only.
Wow.
And has been serving us. So there's been blessing on this truck very much.
Yeah.
It's still alive. It still moves around.
These trucks are big. Did I say big? How about ginormous? They can also use the trucks to move equipment for their radio stations. This container will become the headquarters for a radio station.
3 sections. One is radio studio, another one is the office, and the third one is a place for a generator.
Others might be made into houses.
And this is his bedroom. And then we are preparing such a place so that on top 20, 30 people can sleep between the two containers. Yeah.
Okay. They even have facilities for fitness and sports. It's all part of their outreach to the community.
The village of Rongai moved next door to us. Now we have many young people around here, and we felt that we need to do something with them. So we established this fitness center and aerobic center, and also we are using it for Bible studies, for meeting with the different young people, groups, and so on. And so it's really being used most of the time, mostly in the evenings.
Holland serves as the coach here. He says the high ropes course reminds him of our relationship with God through Jesus Christ.
You see the ropes are there, and when you're connected using the ropes, you can't fall down to ground zero. And we try to connect that to our lives with God. You see, the only connection that we have to God is Jesus Christ. So Jesus Christ is gonna save you from falling, from going to hell, and he's gonna connect you to have a relationship with God to go to hell. So when you fall, you don't go to hell. So for this case, Jesus is the connection. Yeah.
One thing we've noticed all over Kenya is how carefully they recycle their trash. It's like a dump. What's happening here?
It's actually a place where we are trying to recycle things or to burn them. So this is a bio-waste and as a compost. And here we bring things here, we divide them and then recycle them and then burn them.
Rose practically grew up here at DIGUNA. I understand you came here when you were about my age. Can you tell me about your time here at DIGUNA?
Yes, I started coming here with my auntie. She used to volunteer in DIGUNA. Actually, it is here that at the age of 18, I was able to go to Bible college in Germany. I was working with children. My work was to do what you call evangelism. We would go with the big trucks and would sit with kids under the tree. And I knew that's my spiritual gift. I mean, not only compassion and mercy, but to work with children.
Yeah. So how do you help the kids?
We number one, we help them through education. We buy for them school uniform. In Kenya, we wear uniform. So we buy stationery for them to go to school, and we pay school fees. Our aim is not only to give them, education and school and everything, but also to build them spiritually. Because we have realized that when a kid really knows who God is and has a fear of God, just like David, and David led them with integrity and skill. So it's good to have a skill, so they must at least get educated, but they also have to know Jesus Christ.
Tell us about the impact that DIGUNA has had on your life.
So for me, DIGUNA has really shown me not only to just to have good education, but to really walk with Jesus.
DIGUNA helped her get started, and now she's helping others. Remember Travis? He loves the carpentry shop here.
Yeah, DIGUNA has been very good friends to us through the years, and they make all of the wood doors you've seen in our house. They made all the kitchen cabinets. They made all the windows for the school and the ministries that we've done out there. They also made the steel doors that you saw, our shop doors and everything. They made that in the metal shop.
Joseph ministers with radio in South Sudan, where war, starvation, and a shortage of water are making life very hard for the people.
Especially children, at least 1 million children have left South Sudan into neighboring countries.
What's DIGUNA doing to help?
We have a radio station that was set up by DIGUNA. The reason why we have the radio station there is to strengthen the work of the local church, because we would love to see that people know Jesus, and that they know that there are problems in this world, but those problems might or might not be solved. But the most important thing is to make sure that they have a better eternity, and there is no way that can happen if they do not know Jesus Christ.
Well, thanks for talking with me.
Thank you very much.
This is Jessie Petit reporting good news for kidstalkaboutgod.org. Music Safari, ageless music with Dominic Khaemba. The Swahili word for music is muziki. A couple of years ago, kidstalkaboutgod.org released a brand new children's musical based on the Africa portion of the Mission Explorers video series. It was called Mission Explorers Africa, the musical, and my school in North Carolina decided to perform it. I auditioned and got a small speaking part. Then the school sent a video of the performance to Kids Talk About God. That's when Carrie Kinsolving started talking to my parents about me being in this new video, Mission Explorers Kenya. I found out that the songs for this musical were arranged and produced by a super talented musician right here in Nairobi. He plays a whole bunch of different instruments, even some authentic traditional African ones. Other than just being a performing artist, he also is the owner and CEO of Ageless Music, a top recording studio in Kenya. He also serves on the faculty at Technical University of Kenya as a music lecturer and mentor. And guess what? We're at his studio right now. Let's go and talk music with Dominic Khaemba. Maybe we can get him to play something for us. We're here with Dominic Khaemba, the man who arranged and produced all the songs for the Mission Explorers Africa musical. And we're gonna ask you some questions. Is that okay, Dominic?
Yeah, that's fine. Shoot.
All right. What was it like to meet Carrie and Lisa?
We have met today, but we met virtually through a phone call. And he said it was very important to him. And so that's how I said, okay, I like important things, not urgent things.
He said, I realized that this project is very important to you. He said, I will make it important to me. And that clicked with me. When you listen to it, you realize how much of a priority it was, because it really turned out fantastic. And I just want to thank you so much, brother, for making it happen. Yeah, making it happen.
How old were you when you started getting into music?
As a passion, when I was about 6.
Wow.
I started playing drums, African drums.
Dominic is an expert on African rhythms. Rhythm is like the heartbeat of music. In African music, there are often many different rhythms woven together.
1, 2, 3, 4. Or I can combine them for a thicker sound. Or I can change the hands for different texture. So you see, those are interlocking rhythms with the main beat, yeah? And then probably you'll have something else like a... And then on the same rhythm, you're supposed to play, probably you'll hear some conga drums playing. It would have interlocking parts with the main beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have something comes in and locks what was remaining in between. So it is very tight rhythmic foundation. So yeah.
If you really want to see some weaving together, check out Dominic mixing different instruments on his computer. Dominic wants to see African music thrive and spread all around the world.
We are planning to go global, not just on music. There are some ideas I have on technology, on mobile apps. We shall reinvest the music back to music and musicians and promote African music globally. That is my hope and my dreams. Because say what? Why not go African and global? Yes. Awesome.
This is Jesse Petit reporting good news for kidstalkaboutgod.org. Thank you again, Dominic.
You're welcome. Karibu sana.
Kidstalkaboutgod.org provides lots of opportunities for kids to have a real voice in sharing the gospel around the world. To find out about upcoming opportunities for children, sign up for the newsletter at kidstalkaboutgod.org/news. We had such a great time with Dominic, but we didn't want it to end. So we took him along for our fancy dinner at a historic local restaurant. Historic Landmark Safari, Thorntree Cafe, The Swahili word for restaurant is gahawa. We're about to have dinner at this nice restaurant called the Thorn Tree Cafe. It's inside the Sarova Stanley Hotel, which is named after a Welsh explorer and journalist named Henry Morton Stanley.
In fact, we mentioned Stanley in the original Mission Explorers video series when we visited Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe.
In 1855, the first European to see Victoria Falls was Dr. Livingstone. There was a famous reporter named Stanley who looked for him for almost a year. And Hillary, do you remember?
Oh, I know what he said. He said, Dr. Livingstone, I presume?
That's right. It was that encounter that raised people's awareness of the needs here in Africa, because Dr. Livingstone was a mission pioneer who ministered both the gospel and ministered to people's physical needs.
Maybe God is calling you to be a missionary pioneer, just like Dr. Livingstone.
The Stanley Hotel, now known as the Sarova Stanley, was the very first hotel in Nairobi, Kenya. It's famous for having a lot of famous people stay here.
The Thorn Tree Cafe is inside the hotel. People on their way to safari would leave messages on the thorn tree in the middle of the restaurant. Maybe we can leave a message too. Dear Thorn Tree, I'm stuck on you. Don't leave me hanging. Get the point?
Ha 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 ha. Very good.
The Swahili words for happy birthday are Furaha ya kuzaliwa. Furaha ya kuzaliwa. Furaha ya kuzaliwa. Oh well. We were celebrating 2 birthdays, Travis and my mom. So,
happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Wageni.
Then we got the pro version from Dominic.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Christine.